isn't really much news today, surprisingly. But of course, we're back to complain about Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom again. The every Zelda hater's favorite punching bags. Okay, I just don't know what's about those games that make these games so hated. When Breath of the Wild came out, everybody and the dog and the cat praised Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Okay, everyone said these games were masterpieces. These games were amazing. Okay, but now these people are trying to push a narrative that no one liked these games. That these games were these massive disappointments, as well. Okay, and of course these people are in the fringe minority, obviously, because they look at the user score for both games, or what the average opinion on Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom is. Most people have a positive opinion on both games. It's only this fringe group of people who do not like the new Zelda games. Okay, and it's mostly nostalgia. Okay, mostly Ocarina of Time fanboys or N64 fanboys who have not moved on from Wind Waker. Okay, these are the same people who probably complained about Wind Waker when that came out, complained about Skyward Sword and its graphics, not looking like the realistic Zelda games of Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, and Zelda needs to be quote-unquote serious again, and not silly, okay? But this is just ridiculous, the fact that they hate on these newer games so much, like, because of nostalgia. This is that why I call it a nostalgia problem. Okay, like yes, if a series is becoming worse, like Pokemon or Halo, for example, then yes, we have the right to call it out because the choices they're making is changing the core identity and the core identity of said series and making them worse. Okay, the difference between Halo 4, 5, and heck even Infinite is the fact that those games are far worse than the Bungie trilogy in terms of quality. Okay, the devs of those games don't see them as a passion project like Bungie did. They see them as another opportunity to make as much money as possible. Okay, the difference is the developers for the Zelda games still have passion and love for the series. It is what Nintendo usually does for Zelda games and Mario games. Okay, that's a difference. Same thing with the other series I mentioned, Pokemon. Okay, it's clearly Pokemon is being treated as a cash grab at this point. Okay, it's not treated with the same quality as Game Freak used to put into the games because the games are not the main focus anymore. It's the merchandise, it's the anime. Okay, as well. The games are no longer the main focus, which is what it used to be in the 2000s and 90s. And yes, some of the older games do have the criticisms, like Pokemon Diamond Pearl being too slow, mostly because the games were kind of rushed. And Red and Blue, well, all the bugs and grit. Those games are as buggy, as gritty as Sonic 06. Okay, but those games are on the Game Boy, so that's kind of like they make the excuse for those games, obviously, but as well. But yeah, that's what this video here, and goodbye.